What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in today's video I'm going to be predicting the whole playoff bracket and giving you guys my Super Bowl picks. Remember, if you guys like these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, as it does help out a lot. Now let's jump right into this video. So for the wild card round, you guys will already know my picks if you watched my wild card matchup prediction video. But if you guys haven't watched it, I'll give you a quick recap. On the AFC side, I have the Bills beating the Colts 27-24. I do think that this will be a close game because of the Colts running game, but ultimately the Bills will get it done because of that high-flying offense. Next, I have the Steelers beating the Browns 24-17. The Browns don't have their head coach Kevin Stefanski and their best offensive lineman Joel Bitonio. Because of that, their game management won't be as good, and their run blocking and pass blocking also won't be as good. The Browns secondary is also not very good, and since the Steelers the Steelers will only pass the ball, that is definitely an issue. Because of all those reasons, I think the Steelers will beat the Browns. Next, I have the Titans beating the Baltimore Ravens 28-24. The Titans have beat the Ravens the last two times they played each other, and each time Derrick Henry went off. I see no reason why Derrick Henry will have an off day, and if he's rolling, and I don't see any way that the Titans lose, even with that horrible defense. Okay, on the NFC side, I have the football team beating the Buccaneers 17-14. I don't think that either offense will be able to generate much. The Washington football team's offense is not good, and facing a good Bucs defense doesn't bode well. But the Washington football team's pass rush is very good, and Tom Brady can't handle a pass rush. I think that this will be a low-scoring game, but ultimately Alex Smith will pull through and go on a game-winning drive to win the game with a game-winning field goal. For the Seahawks versus Rams, I think that this will also be a very low-scoring game, and I have the Seahawks winning 17-10. The Seahawks offense has not been good for the past month, and I don't see why it will just get better against one of the best defenses in the NFL, the Rams defense. But it is expected that John Wolford will be playing, and the Seahawks defense has been getting better and better. So I don't think that he will put up a lot of points. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams pull off an upset against the Seahawks, but I can't pick John Wolford over Russell Wilson, so I will take the Seahawks. And the final wild card game is the Bears at the Saints. I think that the Saints will completely destroy the Bears, and this will turn ugly and into a blowout. The Saints defense is good against bad offenses, and the Bears certainly qualify as a bad offense, and the Saints offense is clicking. They scored over 30 points against the Panthers without all their running backs. So I think that they will score a lot of points against the Bears, considering that the Bears' defense is not looking good for the past month. So if all my predictions are correct, the divisional round matchups will include the Steelers at the Bills, the Titans at the Chiefs, the football team at the Packers, and the Seahawks at the Saints. And yes, I did pick all the division winners to win their playoff games. Kind of a generic pick, but I think that this is the most likely outcome of the Super Bowl of the Super Wildcard Week. So the first game is Steelers at the Bills. I think the Bills will roll the Steelers and beat them by two possessions. I have the Bills winning 31-17 over the Steelers. This is because the Bills have beat the Steelers twice in a row, so I think that they will be able to do it again. Bills' offense is very hot, and they don't show any signs of slowing down. I think that they will even scare the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, and they'll be able to score 31 points on a very good Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And I think that everyone knows that the Steelers won't be able to put up 31 points, especially against a good defense as as good of a defense as the Bills. So I have the Bills going to the conference championship game, meaning that if it works out this way, then Nick Wright will lose his bet to Colin Cowherd and get doused with ketchup and mustard. Nick probably shouldn't have made that bet. But moving on the next game is the Titans at the Chiefs. I have the Titans being the Chiefs just because I think that the Titans defense is bad, but the Chiefs defense is basically sleepwalking, and with 2 weeks of rest, I don't see how they're going to be able to pick it up. Even though they're playing the Titans defense, I just don't see how they're going to be able to get rolling after 2 weeks of rest, and for the past month and a half or something, they have not been playing good. The Chiefs will not be able to wake up and play on standard. The standard is the standard, but the Chiefs won't be able to play up the standard, and I probably shouldn't have said that because that is a Mike Tomlin phrase, and he is the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Anyways, I think that the Chiefs will not be able to outscore the Titans because they just they just haven't been they haven't shown that they've been able to score as of late. The Chiefs defense is also very bad, much like the Titans defense, and Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill should run and throw all over it to get this win, and the Chiefs will be eliminated in the first round of the playoffs if they face the Titans. I have the Titans winning 28-24. Moving on to the NFC, I have the Packers being the Washington football team 34-23. I think that the Packers will be able to score a lot of points on the football team's defense, even though the football team has a good defense. This is because the Packers are just red hot, and the way they are looking and trending makes me think that they'll be able to score 25 points on everyone. No one will be able to stop them. And the football team doesn't have a good offense, so I think that they will only get their points in junk time when the Packers have already scored so many points and they basically just sealed the game away. Okay, the final game in the divisional round is the Seahawks at the Saints. I have the Saints winning 27-10. This is because even though the Seahawks defense has been improving since the start of the season, I still think that they will be carved up by Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara. And as I said earlier, I don't think that the Seahawks will be able to score many points against a good defense like the Saints defense. So the Saints should win comfortably, and I have them winning 27-10, as I stated earlier. Moving on to the conference championship round, I have the Titans at the Bills and the Saints at the Packers. Let's go to the AFC game first. I have the Bills beating the Titans 34-24. I don't think that the Bills will be able to stop Derrick Henry, but they should be able to contain him at least. And we all know that we all know how bad the Titans defense is. So I think that the Bills offense will crush the Titans defense and score 34 points and maybe even more. The Titans offense will be as good, but I don't think that they will be able to keep up with the Bills offense which is just so explosive. So I have the Bills going to the Super Bowl, but who will be there to face them in the Super Bowl? The NFC Conference Championship game that I predicted is the Packers versus the Saints. I think that it will be a good game, but Drew Brees will lead his team down in a 2-minute drive or a 2-minute drill against the average Packers defense, and they will score a game-winning touchdown to win the game 27-26. I think that the Saints will win because they have a better defense. The Saints should be able to run all over the Packers defense like so many offenses have done before. Alvin Kamara will have a big day, and they will win the game because of him. The Saints have a good defense, and they should be able to stop the Packers enough to give the Saints offense a chance to win, and a chance that the Saints offense will take. So my Super Bowl matchup is the Bills versus the Saints, and I have the Bills beating the Saints 27-13 in the Super Bowl. The Saints defense usually folds against good offenses, which the Bills offense certainly is. The Bills should be able to find their way against the Saints defense, and I don't think that the Saints will be able to keep up with the Bills offense, especially against a good Bills defense that just keeps on getting better. And if you're not sold that the Bills will be able to beat the Saints in the big game, consider this. In the past 3 seasons, the Saints choked away a wildcard game, a divisional round game, and a conference championship game. And this year, continuing the tradition, they will choke away the Super Bowl. Well, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. And if you guys did, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Too easy!